And these brothers right here from Chicago, man, and the winters that we get in New York ain't nothing compared to the winters out there in Chicago, man. It's a whole, hey, like tomorrow, right, it might be 30 something. Y'all gonna basically have t-shirts on. Damn near. That's a spring day to y'all. And we've been catching so much hell with this cold and snow. It's not, I'm used to it, man. I'm used to this cold. But like I said, out there in Chicago is a different type of cold. And then you got that big overgrown grape ape. This guy, 14th Street, no, the 14th Street Ice Ferry. And that's why he makes videos on us, because of one thing. I said, you don't go out in the wintertime. And he's dead set against us because of that one thing. And then he tried to justify it and say, while he had the house music in the background, he tried to justify it and say, you know what? Yeah, we used to do that, but that's foolish. That don't make no sense to go out in the cold. The pages get in the brick cold. The pages get all stuck together. The pages don't get stuck together. I mean, it's hard to go to them pages, but the pages do not get stuck together, man.
For he is the...
And that's why he don't like us. And his followers, man. Go ahead.
For he is the minister of the Most High, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. Wherefore you must needs be subject, not only for wrath, but also for conscience sake.
Exactly. So there's a certain way you're supposed to carry yourself. All right? Anybody else got anything? And after that, we're going to close up. One more. Okay.
I just wanted to say that Nate Satan is in law enforcement. All right? And so law enforcement is militarizing. And all those guys are up to date and they know what's happening. So there's no way on your Howard's green earth that Nate Satan don't know about the chip. Right. So for him to sit up and say that, because I got guys that I trained in law enforcement and they talk about that stuff in the gym. So there's no way that he don't know.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And because, like I said, the way they're going to get that chip really going is they doing it by groups. Like they had a story on the military, and they said on the Mark of the Beast, what is the Mark of the Beast, the thing that we put together, the documentary, on one of the parts, it said that the military wanted to give, the government wanted to give all the military men a chip, and they said the only thing that was holding them back was the money. So the only thing holding them back is the money. Right. And like I said, when they do it, they want to do it by groups. They want to get like all the doctors to do it, all the nurses to do it. If you work in the hospital industry, you got to get the state employees, veterans, guys that are in prison. If you want to get out early, you get the chip. You get out early as long as we monitor you. Then Chuck Schumer came up with that bill called Avante's Law. When the kid what do you call that, autism, he escaped from the school and he was found dead, and basically a couple of weeks after that Chuck Schumer came out with Avante's Law, and he said, well, look, we need to put a tracking device on these autistic kids. And then he said it'll be under the same system that we put it on people with Alzheimer's disease. So you see how them groups, so they get all the people that have Alzheimer's, they all got the chip, okay? Autism, they all got the chip. Police, because of their gun, you need a chip to work that service 9 or whatever. Right, revolver, 9mm Glock or whatever. They'll make it where the only way you can use it is if the chip work for your gun, because if somebody takes it, it won't work for them. So it's a safety issue. You see? And then you're gonna get anybody that's on welfare, you gotta get the chip. Well, you don't have to get the chip, but you don't get no more welfare. You want food stamps, you want WIC, you know? What'd you say?
I said link, because in Chicago, basically it's the same thing as WIC. We call it link.
Okay. I didn't. Yeah. Okay. Well, they got different. Oh, they got a system for children's health care, which is called a CHIP, Children's Health Insurance Program. So they even showing you in a subtle way, they're programming you. So, but Nate can't see it. Just like you said, he's in law enforcement. Law enforcement, especially if you are higher ranking in law enforcement, a detective, and you've been doing this thing for like 10, 15 years, before this thing comes out to the general public, the police know about it, man. The police know about it. So, like I said, one of y'all said that Nate is stupid. And Nate ain't stupid. Nate got paid off. Nate is doing what he's doing because they told him to do what he's going to do, and they were going to pay him handsomely, man.
Yeah, because when I was down in Mississippi, going back like 2009, I went down there to visit the brothers down there, and, man, we was so young as hell in the truth, man. Basically, we got to fighting with some crackers at St. Patrick's Day parade. They was drunk and shit. They was fucking with the signs, so we in a boxing with them, bloody their nose and shit, and it was some big crackers, man. But we put the works on them, and basically, hey man, these niggas just came out of nowhere, man. These fucking nigga cops, and a couple Edomite cops, but they ain't do nothing. But these nigga cops, man, they was shut up, bitch. We gonna arrest you, bitch, and you know what I'm saying. And Esau didn't have to do nothing, but basically, they arrested us or whatever. They ain't messed with the Edomites, even though they started the shit. They let them go. So we got arrested, and we was talking to some of those cops about martial law, man. And they was like, well, they need to bring it now. Yeah, we wish they'd go ahead and give us the order to bring it now. And they was like, with the chip too. So yeah, you've been briefed, man. You know what I'm saying? You already know the deal, man. But I got a scripture for 14th Street ice cream, man. This is Proverbs 20:4. The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg in harvest and have nothing. So I mean that pretty much explains itself.
The harvest is the kingdom. Because when the ships come, you ain't gonna be on the ship, man. And he said, you don't know Tahar, you don't know who the elect is and all that. You can't look at a guy. Well, you're right. But if I see two black men walking down the street, hugging up on each other, tongue kissing each other, I know I'm gonna say, look, they're not of the elect. Okay? They're not of the elect. If I see your ass, I can honestly say you're not of the elect, man, because you didn't go out in the cold, man. And then you're bucking up against the prophets of the Lord, man. And like you people get on the comment board and say that GMS is the worst camp out there. They're despicable and they're nasty and all that. And somebody needs to get them off of YouTube. We're the top. In reality, we're the top Israelites out there. Period, man. Especially on the planet when it comes to these prophecies, man. When it comes to banging on these prophecies, man, and the laws and all that, and the Hebrew and the scriptures and the history and all that, man. And prophecy, number one. Be occupied in prophecy, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna close it on this. 1 Corinthians 14. Let's start from the top.
This is our 1 Corinthians.
And I'm closing it because of the time, man. But we can keep going. We can keep. That, man. We can keep going.
1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 1. Follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that you may prophesy. For he that speaketh in an unknown tongue speaketh not unto men, but unto the Most High. For no man understandeth him. Howbeit in the Spirit he speaketh mysteries. But he that prophesieth speaketh unto men to edification and exhortation and comfort. He that speaketh in an unknown tongue edifieth himself, but he that prophesieth edifieth the church. I would that ye all spake with tongues, but rather that ye prophesied. For greater is he that prophesieth than he that speaketh with tongues, except he interpret, that the church may receive edifying.
And that's plain. So Paul even said that. He said, whatever gifts, there's many gifts that you can get, but seek the best gift, which is prophesying. When we go out, when we doing the show in the studio, all right, when we go out on the highways and the byways, all right, all the different camps in the different states and around the world, when they go out there, they're all going out there to prophesy, man. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.